Hey everyone, and welcome with me in another video tutorial presented to you by the Graphic Network channel. So in this tutorial I'm going to discuss something about Adobe After Effects and Adobe Media Encoder, the issues and the problems that comes with rendering by these two programs. And of course, especially the issue of the non-possibility to render with one of the known codec or the known compressed formats, whether from After Effects or Adobe Media Encoder, like the codec of the h.264. So if you are watching now this tutorial, this video tutorial with me, and that it's for sure that you are experiencing now the same issue of rendering from the After Effects or from Adobe Media Encoder. And what I'm going to tell you now, I'm going to tell you just simply don't try to look for something else or look for another solution right now, just because this video tutorial that you are watching now is really the solution for your rendering problem. And just be patient with me and try just to listen to almost everything I'm going to tell you in this video tutorial, because anything you did before or you are doing now or you are willing maybe to do after, well, it's maybe it's not going to give you nothing. Will be just losing of time and energy with no results. Okay, and simply what I am going to tell you here really is going to save your time and save your energy and also your work. Okay, so just keep watching with me from the beginning until the end, and I can assure you that everything will be alright, and I hope that this will work for almost all of you. And yeah, what I can say is just I can't ask a lot of something big, just to subscribe and little subscribe and like, maybe comment, and yeah, that's it. And yeah, so let's start our discussion to find the solution. Okay, so as we know all, the Adobe After Effects latest versions like CC I think from the beginning of CC 16 until now, the CC 20 well has rejected or removed the possibility to render with the famous, I can say the famous or the most known codec formats for compression of your video, such as the h.264 or the 1080 ATP or 720p, all those formats that you like. Also the MPEG formats, the MOV formats. Well, yeah, a long list of formats, of codec formats, are no longer available to render with directly from After Effects. And of course, here comes the Adobe Media Encoder that gives you this possibility of rendering with one of these formats separately from the Adobe After Effects. And as you know all, this was the must-have of Adobe Media Encoder to render with. It comes with two faces, a positive face and a negative face, or a positive thing and negative thing. So the positive side is that you can really export just your composition or your work from After Effects to Adobe Media Encoder and just start your render there, and you can keep working in your After Effects separately without the need to stop your work, you know that. And what else? Yeah, for me, I think that I can't find something else than this one. Just one positive thing, yes. And for the negative side, well, you can keep talking about that until the end of the day. Yeah, with no kidding, really, it comes with a lot of negatives and issues, and that's why I decided to make this video tutorial for you guys. But the main problem that I am discussing in video, and for which I am doing this video tutorial, is that problem of the huge time that Adobe Media Encoder gives you in rendering. I mean, rendering your project or your work or your composition. The huge remaining time, that's that part in the right below that tells you that you have to wait a huge time in order to render your work. And please, I am so sorry for taking your time Yes, I'm taking your time, but what I am telling you right now and what I am discussing with you, but really it's for your benefit, and it's for you, for not to lose your time in trying to look for another solution. It's the saving of your time now. Okay, just if you listen to this, you're going to save your time, and it is better in order to better work the solution for you. Okay, so let's start by what really happens when you want to export your work from Adobe Media Encoder. Okay, so here you export your first time before anything else. You download the Adobe Media Encoder, you install it, everything looks good. Now you finish your work in the Adobe After Effects, and you transport it, or you export it, or you export it, yes, to the Adobe Media Encoder, and you do everything from editing your preferences, your formats and codecs, choose your exporting formats, so the resolution of your work, which is, I can say, in most cases the h.264, and then you just press in the start button of the rendering queue, and then here you just come back to your After Effects to continue your work or something, or maybe you just continue chatting with your friends or surfing the net, or I think so maybe you just go to prepare a cup of coffee for you, because just you think that you're going to give some time to the rendering, and you're going to come back and you will go found your project rendering finished, and yeah, everything is gone, everything is went good, perfect. Well, let me tell you that after that, when you come back to your work and you want to look for it, if it is completed, well, here comes the surprising part, and here where really the real problem starts, and here comes the problems, and here when starts the headaches, and really the loss of time and energy, and when you become so nervous, you figure out that your rendering queue remaining time, maybe it's 1 hour, 2 hour, and in some cases it's more than that. I assure you, I really, when I was looking for the solution, I found some posts in Facebook, in the net, in Google. I tried and I searched it in some videos, and I found some cases from different people from the world, and their posts really, they're complaining for a huge amount of time. Yes, it's gonna arrive to 4 hours, 5 hours of remaining time. Maybe there was some people that says that they let their laptops all the night, and when they wake up the morning, they talk that they will found it finished, but no, they found just their laptops that are almost close to blow up. Yes, and all that for just 2 minutes of project, or for an animation, or 3 minutes like that, or maybe less than that. So I say that I should stop this, and it just can't be like that. It can't take too much and all this time for just 1 minute, 2 or 3 of a composition. Yeah, it can't be like that, and for sure it must be a solution somewhere. So what I can tell you, I started looking for a solution. I searched in almost every single thing that you can thought in your head, from looking in Google, in YouTube itself, looking in forums and Facebook groups, asking people I know about the solution, about this issue. I don't know what else. I really, it's a thing of wasting of time and energy, and yeah, it's wasting of everything, wasting your work, and with the pressure of time to complete your work, so you find yourself in a hard pressure. So here is all what I did, and really I want you to lose your time for doing it. Okay, I'm telling you that just to save your time. First thing, I started by changing the codecs and the resolution and the exporting presets in the Adobe Media Encoder many times. Many times. I tried every single thing in the Adobe Media Encoder format and exporting list. Okay. I also try to switch between the CPU processing methods of the program, which are the CUDA and the CPL, and the software only, not working. I also downgraded to a previous version of Adobe Media Encoder and not working. Also, I upgraded to a recent version of Adobe After Effects, not working. I reinstalled Adobe After Effects. What else? I also reinstalled Adobe After Effects, and I started another version in the same time with the Adobe Media Encoder, not working, the same problem. And yeah, just between brackets, okay? Just this is just an advice, and don't try to work with different versions of Adobe After Effects and Adobe Media Encoder, okay? For example, you work with Adobe After Effects CC 17 or 18 or I don't know, and you are working for Adobe Media Encoder CC 18, okay? Don't work with After Effects CC 18 and you have Adobe Media Encoder CC 17 or 20. They should be in the same version. You have After Effects CC 18 or 19 or 20, you should have the Adobe Media Encoder in the same version, okay? So that's just an advice between brackets, and let's continue. So what else? I also did try to start the queue or the rendering process in Adobe Media Encoder and close the After Effects also, just to let Adobe Media Encoder works fine. Also, it didn't work. So, and really until I arrived in a situation where really I wanted to just give up and quit from all this shit. I'm sorry for all this tiring time and wasting of time. Okay, I just wanted to maybe take a vacation and just relax and zen out. I don't know. And just before I did this and before I quit, I decided to try one last thing, one last solution. And really, this thing and this solution was the thing that really saved me from this unbelievable and unsupported situation of trying to render a piece of work of nothing of 2 minutes or 3 of exporting it and rendering it in Adobe Media Encoder. It really saved my time and especially stopped my headache, the huge feeling of headache and tiring and discouraging situation. I found this post you are seeing here with this man, really with this person, and what he's saying in this post and what he's commenting and he's mentioning. I don't know what to say. I really don't know what to say when I found this post. I just wanted to try what he's saying here. So I decided to try what he's saying. I went back to After Effects and I applied this thing and this solution, and really believe me, it was the last thing that I could do before I quit. And what I can tell and what I can assure you is that really it worked for me in the last minutes of looking at this solution. It worked with me, it worked just perfectly good. I really don't know how to thank this man. Really, he saved my life, and yeah, I think that's how I'm going to thank him. I decided to thank him this way, to include him and talk of him in this video tutorial, and just maybe one day when he will find this video tutorial, well, listen to me. I'm telling you, thank a lot from the bottom of my heart, okay? And yeah, I want also to say that I'm sorry another time. I'm so sorry for taking too much from your time. But telling you this story, this is a sad story, but I am telling you that I'm taking this time just because of the good for you, because it's good for you and for your good and for the good of your solution of this problem. And so now let's go and see how to fix this issue and try to render your project with good quality and no problem, and as quick as you can, and that just is going to work as perfect and any platform and as anything you want. And please, if you found that this video is really helpful for you and fix the problem for you, please, I am not asking something so big from you. Just to subscribe, like, and the comment will be so helpful for me. Okay. Yeah, hey again, and here we are in front of our Adobe After Effects program, and let's start our solution process. Okay. So the first thing you need to do is just open your Adobe Media Encoder, because we are not going to need it right now. So I think you might just need to close it if it's still open for you. So it just for that you give some space for your memory and the CPU laptop. Okay. So, as usually, when you want to render your work or your project, you go to select your main composition here, and select after that composition, and go to render queue, and then in here in this option you just leave it as it is as best settings. Then you go to the output model, we click here, and then we go to the formats and we choose the the QuickTime format. And then here in this part we are going to choose the codec formats, and here in this part we are going to see the new method of rendering formats that will give you better quality and will render fast and quickly, and will give you good quality for your rendering project. So when we click here, as you see in this list formats, we no longer see the most known codec formats that we used before, as the h.264 or the Mp4 format, the move, or the other one that we all know. They are just not available, are not just showing. And this one that you are see here as the SD one, and these ones that you see here, they are just not good for your rendering formats. They just give not better compression quality, and they will take just a huge size of the file. And I assure you that I tried almost all these formats, and well, it's simply they don't give better quality. So what are we going to choose, or what are we going to work with, is this format here in the top, which called DNX or DNX HD format. And usually this format should be appearing for you there in the list in the top there, as you see here for me. And I hope that you will find it, simply because this format is the one that will save your work, your time, and also you save your render, and will give you good quality. So we choose these formats, the DNX or DNX HD format, and then we go to the resolution part. So here in the resolution list, as you see, where you could find all the resolution formats that you will need for your work or for your resolution. Then as you see, the 780p and 1080p and other formats you want to choose. I actually didn't try all of them, but I am sure that you could find the one that suits you, or is better for your work, is according to your need and your resolution. So you could also just take some time later and just try them one by one until you find the one that suits you. You know, they are just fine. They are almost all good, and they are just giving good quality and rendering in nice formats. But the difference could be just in the file size, you know, and also it could give sometimes a big file size, but this also is not a problem, because just stay with me, because I'm going to see, or I'm going to show you how to convert the big size of the file to a smaller size, and keeping the good quality. So here you just have to choose now your resolution formats, whether it's the 720p or the 1080p or other format, whether you know, it depends to your project. Okay, so then when you are finished with choosing your format, then you just might go and click OK, or yeah, you might see these other settings here. You know, you might just here, for example, change the resolution formats, or then for the audio, if you have audio in your project, you leave it on, and if you don't need audio, you just leave it off. Like for example, for me, I didn't choose the audio because I don't need it here in my project. Okay, and then yes, we finished from here, and just we click OK. And yeah, then what else? Then what else? Yeah, just output. I almost forget the important part. Yes, here we go to choose the output, where we want to put our file. Yes, here as you see, you choose the place where you want to put your file in your desktop. For me here, I just already done. I'll just go and click save. Yes, and so then yeah, what else should we do now? I think that is everything is done until now. Yeah, and there's still not much other thing to do than just to click to render, because as you see here, it's not so complicated as the rendering in the Adobe Media Encoder. You have to choose a lot of settings and values, numbers, and click and this in this one. Now here you, as you see, it's just quickly and everything is done. You just have to click on render and wait that your project finish, and I assure you that this will go in the render will be so fast and so quick. Then yeah, let's click render, and yeah, as you see here, it tells me that the file is going to be override by the existing file. Yes, for me, I'm not going to do this for the moment because it's already done, yeah, I'm just going to click cancel. But for you, you have to continue the mission and click on OK to render your file. So, and now that our render is completed, the other thing to do is to go and see how our video looks. Okay, after the render, it's good, it's better quality or no. So here is, as you see, the video file rendered, and you know, before we open it, we notice, and you're going to notice that the file shows us a huge file size. Here he mentions 3 gigabytes. Yes, but just don't panic, because it's not a problem as long as it is in a good quality and in a good format as the move and QuickTime format, and also this huge file will not remain like that, because we are going to see how to convert it to a small format and a good format with a program, with a really wonderful program. Yes, don't panic also for this one. We're going to need another program, but it's so easy and it's so powerful. I like working with it so much. It gives us a lot of many different formats to convert our videos to from different types. We're going to need it to convert this video file, and yeah, I'm going to see this video program, and you're going to like it. I'm sure you're going to like it. So now let's open the video file and see how it looks. Yeah, and like you see here with me, and the video file is just good. It's with good quality. It's showing better, and the resolution also is good. All the effects here that I applied and animation in After Effects is showing also in good quality. Yeah, everything is nice from the beginning until here until the end. As you see, everything is good. And now when we finish it here, let's go and see how to convert this huge file with one of our preferred formats, preferred resolution formats, with the program of converting that we're going to see. So here we opened the program, and we're in front of it. It's really a wonderful program. It's good. It's working good. It's useful. It's powerful. Really advise you to use it. And it contains, as you see, a lot of converting formats. Everything you're gonna need to convert to, even to your cell phones or other platforms. You're going to find it in this program, and it's easy to use. And of course, you can find it in the net. You're just going to Google it or search for it, and you're going to find it. But just to help you and make it easy for you, I put the link to download this program in this video below. You can download it and install it as quickly as possible. It's easy to install, easy to use, and you're not going to find difficult to work with. So yeah, what we're going to do, yeah, I'm not actually going to explain how to work with this video and enter with this program and enter into details now, because yeah, if I do this, just the video will be much more longer, and I will take much from your time, and I don't want you to lose your time here. So just I'm sure that you may take some time later and try to play with this video converting program, and you will find it is easy to use. Now you just, and by the time I'm going just to show you how to convert this file, and then by the time you see me and you follow with me as I'm converting the file, you're going to know how to use this program. Yes, it's easy. while I'm converting the file, and at the same time you're learning how to use this program. Okay, and yeah, maybe in the next time, or in the next or another video, maybe I talk about this program, or I'll show you just how to work with. Why not? So what we are going to do now is to click here in add the file, to add your file that you want to convert, or as you see here, you will just have to choose your file from this window. Or the other possibility, and the one that I like, is just you could drag and drop your file directly to the program here, as you see. And hey, this is, and here it is in this part where the magic just starts. As soon as you see, like you see with me, as soon as you just insert your video file to the program, and automatically, as you see here, the program shows you that your file size is narrowed to a smaller size. And yeah, this is magic. Okay, then what you could do is just go ahead and click in this part, and here where you can find the market of your preferred formats, a lot of formats. Here you can just choose between HD formats, 4K formats, 8K formats, a lot of formats, web formats, and also you can choose your video to be converted to Facebook or YouTube formats, as you see. Yes, a lot, just like a marketplace of the formats here that you can convert to. Yes, as I told you, really it's a handy program and so useful, with a lot of possibilities to convert your videos to anything you like. And now, yeah, here you just have to find or choose resolution formats for your video. Yes, and it depends to what you need for your video resolution. If you need something in high HD, you can choose it here, or in SD, or you want it to transform it to YouTube or web or Facebook or something else. You just could look right here and choose the one that suits for you. Okay, and yeah, just go and choose it. So now for us, what we're going to need is that we choose, we're going to need the HD, the famous one, the famous formats, the HD h.264, which is the MPEG formats, the best one to convert to, or to the best formats of compression. So you are going to find it here in the HD place, or also here in this place also. There is two places where you can find these formats. So here we are in the HD formats place. Then we just have to look for the h.264 formats, and we choose it here. We're going to find it in this place. So now after you choose this resolution and format, you are almost finished. You could just go here and choose your destination folder where you want to place your file in your desktop, and then you could just go and click here to start the converting process in this place here. But wait, I'm not going to finish with you now, because I'm going to tell you something else, or show you something else about this program. Is that now you are not finished with your video, because there is another some other settings that you can work with that can affect in the resolution, the quality of the video. It could give him a better quality or less quality. Also, you can change the size. Yes, it's important, the size of the file. Also, you can work with and change it to more, or the big size or a small size. Okay, so I'm going to show you. So you click here in settings, and then we go here in advanced settings, and in this place where you can find a lot of other settings to work with. But I'm not going to let you distracted about all these values, because we're not going to need all of them. I'm just going to show you what is the interesting thing to us. Okay, what is interesting for us to do. So the important thing is this part here. We're going to choose the video codec, and here, as you see, it's just the resolution and some other stuff. But we're going to go directly to the bitrate of the file, because the bitrate here, which is so important, which is the one that gives you better quality, or huge file size, or less than that. Okay, so if you see here, if you enter a big number of bitrate, so it will give you of course a big and huge size of the file, but with better quality. And the opposite, if you change the value to smaller size of the bitrate, so then you are affecting on also in the quality of the video. It will give you a small size and not bad quality, but depends. So it could be also a good quality. So now just notice with me here in the file size that what we have here in the each size is 120 20 megabytes. Let's try to change something here in the bitrate, and let's see what's going to happen. So for example, let's click here in this list and let's choose the last one. I think the 15,000 bitrate here, and let's make it 20, for example. Yes, let's make it 20 and click OK and see what gives us. Then let's go just and close here this part, and yes, and go there in this place. Just click in here, and yes, let's see now. Let's see and see with me in the size of the file. As you see, notice with me the file size is become to from 100 to 20 to a bigger size. Okay, so what am I trying just to tell you is just you could play just here in this with this settings here and the format place here, and with the bitrate, and just don't distract yourself by the other stuff here, and they are not much important than these ones. Okay, so and the last thing that's still to do here, I think when we are finished with choosing the formats and to convert to and everything else and the bitrate and these stuffs, yes, you are just going to need to go and click on the play button to just export the video to your desktop. And yeah, another thing that I want to tell you is the rendering of this program. Not be afraid. It's not going to take a lot of time, and it's going to be so fast and so quickly. Yeah, as you see here, it's the remaining time here in the bar, as it's mentioned, it's just 1 minute, and it could vary from video to another, but it's so quickly. So for me, I think I'm just going to stop this rendering now because I already done it before. So, but you just let it to finish to complete the mesh. Then after that, we are going to see all of us what the video is given to. And here we are here with the video. As you see here, this is the video file that we just converted with the program, the Adobe, the total video converter. And as you see here, it's showing that it is in the Mp4 format. And which is important here is the file, and it's the size of the file. As you see here, it was, as we remember, 3 GB. So I changed it here, as you see, from 3 GB to just 421 meg. So now let's go and try to open the file, the video file, to see the quality, if it's good or no. Okay. And yeah, like you see with me here, the video is just working so perfectly. The video is looking good. It's a good quality. All the effects is showing so nice. Everything is working just perfect, and it's a better quality. Yeah, with no problems, and just working fine with no bugs. Everything showing so good. Okay, yeah, so now you just could go and look for the other file, and the big one, the file with the 3 GB, you no longer need it. It's just going to take space, more space in your desktop. You just could go and erase it and let only this one with smaller size. So what another important thing that I wanted to tell you is that you don't only have to choose this program that I show you to convert your file into the h.264 format with a small size. No, but you may also open your Adobe Media Encoder and then convert the video file, which is with 3 GB or I don't know your size, to the h.264. But what I wanted to do is just wanted to show you this program because I really want everyone to have this program in his laptop or his desktop to work with, because it's just so handy and useful. So then, yes, if you succeed to arrive at this point with me and everything went good, I must announce to you that yes, you are almost finished with. You are finished. Yeah, you are indeed finished, and you completed everything with good work, and everything is good, and you can have your rendered video use it in any other platform. So yeah, I think there's still not other much things to add here in our video. Yes, if it is, I hope it is everything fixed. This video fixed the problem for you and everything is good now. I hope that everything's working for you. So if you found if this video just really fixed the problem and the issue of rendering your Adobe After Effects project with less user size and with good quality, just I'm not going to ask you something big or something too much. I'm just telling you that you just can subscribe or like or maybe comment if you found something to tell. And so I should thank you very much for your time and for your attention with me in this video tutorial, for being with me and for watching this tutorial with me. I hope it's fixed the problem again, and I'm telling you that yes, I will be soon in another video tutorial. So let's be sure that you are subscribed and activated the bell for notifications. And yeah, you are watching how to, in this video tutorial, how to fix your Adobe After Effects and Adobe Media Encoder rendering problems. Okay, so yes, I thank you very much, and this was the graphic network channel video. Let's be seen together soon.